Hi guys, Nicholas here at Online Calisthenics, and today we're going to talk about how to build strong shoulders. Um, it's a topic that's actually really important because your shoulders are going to be one of the number one factors of your upper body strength and really overall your whole body strength. So it's very important that we spend a little bit of time explaining some of the key factors that are going to make your shoulders strong. And to start with, we're actually going to start with a mobility drill that some of you may have seen in the past. It's called a shoulder dislocate with a stick. It's basically a drill that will make sure that your shoulders can move properly and that you can develop full range of motion. Because that's sometimes and very often the reason why people can't fully express their shoulder strength is they're just lacking mobility. And so they're doing the exercise and they're pushing as hard as they can, but it's really not getting the results that they want because they're lacking some functionality in the shoulder grid. So I'll show you this first drill so that you can get better at it. Let's look at it and then we'll debrief it. And the idea is that you don't only need to stand straight and get a bar, any kind of a stick, a broom will work, as long as you can go past your shoulder width and that you can move it around. That's going to be a good tool. So let's look at how it works. You want to bring the stick behind you and as low as you can and repeat. The whole point is to move the stick with your arm, without your arms, but with your shoulders, sorry. So you're rolling your shoulder blades and moving the bar with it. You want to squeeze those shoulder blades in the back and keep your rib cage in. So now let's debrief again with the side view. Very important factor here is to keep your pelvis tilted. That means your core is engaged all the way. So from the beginning to the end and backwards, your core stays engaged and you never release it. You don't want to arch your back when doing these. That may cause pain. This is not a good idea. So keep the core and the pelvis tilted as hard as you can during the movement. Then you want to form a straight line from your wrist to your feet. It needs to be completely straight or as straight as possible in what we call the hollow body position. Here, I'm really tucking my rib cage as hard as I can and I'm pulling my arms up so that it creates a full range of motion in my movement. And then I'm bringing it back behind me and you can stop wherever it feels okay. If it's a little higher than that, that's cool. But the goal is to go lower with time. So here, this is why I put this little arrow so that you can keep going down if you can. If you can, just stop there. And then keep tucking that rib cage in. Big time. I've said it before, but I'll repeat it all the way because it's a very important factor. Then you want to repeat for 3 to 5 reps. And you can do anywhere from 3 to 5 sets. So roll it and make sure you breathe through that movement. Very important. As you bring your arms behind you, try to exhale as regularly as possible. So a nice and long exhale while you move your arms. Very, very good practice. And repeat. Another thing that you can do, if you're familiar with that movement and you're already good at it, you can grab the bar with your thumbs under the stick. So instead of wrapping your thumb around it, you can put it on the stick or under so that it's going to stretch your thumb as you go behind you. That's going to really pull everything in your elbows. And it's really great to fight tendonitis and all little aches and pains like these if you have them. And if you don't, it's just going to make you more mobile. So give it a try. You can find us a little alternative grip so that you make even more progress. So implement that move in your drill, in your routine, as often as possible. I love to do it in the morning. I also do it at night. It keeps my shoulders very healthy and it's really allowing me to get full range of motion when it comes to shoulder strength. I can go all sorts of angle without a problem. So get on this drill and you'll make progress guaranteed. Let's move on to the next move. This is a pushing drill and it's very, very simple. It's a pike push-up. So it would be similar to a handstand push-up, except you're just using your feet for assistance. And what it does, it creates a ton of weight on your shoulders, and it allows you to just get stronger at it. So let's see how it looks. You want to go head down to the floor and come back up. So there's all of these things that you need to do. I'm not going to repeat them, but you can follow everything that's written here. All of these keywords are very important. I'm going to digress here, but this is what you get in the program. So if you guys are not a member yet, you can go ahead and sign up for the trial. All of these exercises are included in the workout programs. So do the pike push-ups, very important. You want to keep your body as straight as possible, and that means don't arch. So as you go down, try to really tuck in your core and keep the elbows in. Very important, so that your shoulders do the work. And exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Get as low as you can. You're going to see the face, the forward view. And here, very important to understand the scapular effort. The scapula are a very determining factor of shoulder strength. So you want to make sure that this area is very mobile. It can go up, down, side, and inward. It can move really a bunch of different ways. So you want to coordinate. You want to synchronize your elbows and your movement with your shoulder blades, so it should go hand in hand. And as you do that, you're going to feel more strength in your shoulders and more stability as well. That goes hand in hand. Keep those elbows in so that the shoulders do the work. Keep your hips tight and your core tight. And repeat as long as you feel the progress. Just add more reps. You can also add little holds at the bottom of your pike push-up. That's cool. Once you're ready to push back up, you can pause for a few seconds. That's going to add a little bit more weight to the workout, and that's going to be a good addition to your training. So that's for the pushing section after we've covered the mobility section. Now let's talk about pulling, because that's also a huge reason why shoulder strength is important, and pulling will make them stronger. And there's a particular way of pulling that's going to make it stronger, is behind your neck. So right now I'm using a band and a stick. If you don't have a stick, you can just use a band. If you don't have a band, you can just use a stick. And ideally you want to do it with a real pull-up bar, but that's for beginners. They're not ready yet to do it with a real pull-up bar. That's a good alternative to start building the motion. So let's look how it works, and then we'll talk about it. So that's the classic pulling, and then you get the behind the neck pulling here. So let's talk about a few details here. I'm not looking forward. I'm making sure that my head stays neutral, or my neck stays as neutral as possible. It looks a little arch here, but that's normal. And I'm really trying to not arch. So I'm still engaging my core, even though it's not as visible because I'm on the floor. I'm really trying, and I'm basically trying to bring my elbows as low as possible without flaring anything, and keeping them in as much as I can. It's never always perfect, but that teaches you the motion. And you want to make sure that you pull as low as possible. That means don't let the bar, just pass your head. Basically, you want to bring it behind the neck. So even if you can't reach behind completely yet, that's okay, but try to make the effort consciously to bring it behind a little further than what you would do normally. And same thing, you can use some static holds at the bottom or at the end here, and that's going to be a good addition. So lastly, we're going to see how it looks on a bar. So that will be ideally what you can do with a pull-up bar, and practice this as regularly as possible. Include that in your pulling days. That's a very, very good movement to practice. It's not easy. It doesn't matter which level you're at. Behind the neck pulling is a hard drill, but it's really rewarding, and you'll feel a lot of progress doing those. So you can do sets of pulling and holds, and you can alternate with front and back as you hold. I'm going to show you that in that video, and this will make your shoulders very strong. So first you want to shrug with your lats and pull all the way up. Control the descent, And see here, I'm really trying to not arch. So I'm engaging my core as I'm pulling, just as we mentioned before, and that's valid throughout the whole movement. So don't let your back arch. There's always a slight arching in the lower back, right? So that's kind of natural, but you want to force the core in so that you don't let the back sag. Very important. Exhale on the way up and try to do anywhere from 3 to 5 reps and rest at the top. That rest at the top is going to be very, very good to build strength over time, so you can add more time as you progress. And you'll see in that video, I'm going to transition from a back hold to a front hold to a back hold again. So this is to give you an idea of little exercises that you can implement within those trainings. So here I'm going front, and then I'm going to go back to behind the neck. And you can add a few reps, however many, as long as it feels hard and you make it with good form. There's no limits to how many you can do. So here, control the descent and release. So these exercises are going to make a huge difference in your workouts. I guarantee that. So give it a try any day of the week. Implement that as regularly as you can, and really you'll see progress from doing these. So remember to stay mobile, develop full range of motion, and use those behind the neck pull-ups. This is really, really going to be affecting positively your workouts. The pike push-ups are going to be a good challenge. These are very fundamentals that I wanted to share with you today. So this is it for today. If you like those videos, feel free to click the like button, subscribe to the channel. That really helps me and other people to find this channel on the internet. If you have any question, feel free to drop in the comment as usual, and I will be back next week with a new video. Take care, guys.